What's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, March 7th at 5:38 in the evening. We're going to go over the three trades that presented from today. Two winners, one loss. You had winners on AudNzd that presented first, a winner on NzdJpy presented second, and then the third trade that presented today, which I did not take, I was not involved in, I'm going to show you why it was avoidable, was actually a quick winner, but then ended up turning into a loser if you followed the method, and that presented last, so you were already profitable by the time that presented today, which is another reason it was avoidable. So we're going to rewind, start at the first pair, AudNzd. It was a really nice trade on the day. Dom, I'll run through, and if I miss anything, you can cut me off. So we had our entry present here at around a little after 9. You can see the clear consolidation that we were looking at here across the top. That dark for you guys. You can see we were looking there as a top potentially, and then a bottom here that we were just sitting through this consolidation all day. You can see it never hit our method stop loss, which is great, and it ended up actually working out and paying us over 30 pips. So by the end of the day, and now even if you held it till now, you're still sitting in nice profit, 25 pips-ish. So what this trade did was test our mental fortitude. You want to make sure that you trust the method, you put these trades in when they present, if it looks good, and then you stick with it and you hold true. The TDI was telling us that this was really going to move up today, so we were really, really confident in the idea that this was going to move up. Dom, did I miss anything on that?
No. I mean, it cooled up there for like 3 hours, so sometimes you do have to sit through these. Doesn't give you any signals to really to jump out of the trade. There's some, but you know, just hold true to the method and stay with it, and it'll pay off.
Yep. All right, good. So now we'll move on to the next trade that presented, which was NJ. I was involved in this one as well, so they both ended up chopping us around for a little bit. They work what we believe to be in correlation because you were trading AN with NZD on the back end there, and you were going long, and you were trading NJ with NZD on the front end here, and you were going short. So the inverse correlation is what we were looking at. And again, this trade actually ended up going exactly 30 pips as well. So they moved very in inverse today, very much in inverse. This was not as much telling us that it was going to sell. It wasn't as much in the sell zone, but we were still confident that this was going to drop because of our market sentiment liquid 50 direction. However, this trade was even more of a test because you had to be smarter than the chart and understand that you needed to add a few extra pips to your stop loss because you were trading an exotic cross pair. NzdJpy is a tough pair to trade, especially when you're on a regulated broker. You're going to have a larger spread, so you got to account for that, is all I'm saying in these kind of trades. So again, it's judgment. Dom got bumped on this and I didn't, so it's judgment.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, guys, I got bumped by a half a pip. I didn't allow for the stop loss. I should have gave it a little bit extra room.
The spread, you mean?
That pin that went up to that purple line right there that you see, that bumped me by a half a pip, and I missed the profit on this trade and took the loss.
Right. And remember, the reason for that is Dom, and when we're taking these trades, our entries are never as exact as they are in these markups. We try to get as close to this as possible, and we even do the markups while we're trading, so I know exactly where, when I make this video, I would tell you guys where it would be. So I'm as accurate as I can be, and unfortunately, Dom got bumped here. But we're going to go to the last trade of the day really quick. So again, at this point, you had two winners on the day that you were pretty confident in. I wasn't looking to take any more trades. However, you had a trade here in reset in consolidation. We see EurCad, Euro Canadian dollar, made a high in London and a low in London, and then just traded in between. These candle bodies never made a new high. These candle bodies never made a new low, and it's still in that same consolidation now. It has not broken out. We're looking for the EMAs to come together because you can see the blueberry is actually really far down here. So you're looking for these to come into reset. The TDI was telling us reset. Everything was reset. There was no reason to be involved in this when you had two other great-looking trades. Whether you hit AN or NJ or you got bumped or whatever happened, that doesn't matter. What matters is that better trades presented, and you want to try to avoid these. And I'm telling you that, even though I'm proving to you right here that you would have gotten in and gone up, what is this, 12 pips, 11 pips, something like that, before getting stopped out. Yeah, about 12 pips. So, again, you just avoid these. They might work, they might not work, they might go really far, they might stop you out. That's the point. Avoid that. You want to know the ones that are just going to work. Dom made a slight mistake today, but other than that, today was a good day. Two winners, one avoidable loss. I think that covers it. Dom, did I miss anything?
Nope.
Good stuff.